The turbine is just a flat pancake cylinder. It's made of two plywood discs with a spacer in between them, and the spacer is a bicycle wheel rim. The piping on this exhaust side is just for structure support, and it needs to be capped off. The exhaust ports are the four small holes next to the bearing. A piece of curved copper tubing takes off from the T on the pipe axle. The pressurized air blows out the end of the copper tubing, and this causes the turbine to spin by friction.
And really, that's all that's to it. Now I'll put it back together. In a conventional centrifugal pump or blower, we have a circular housing that's stationary and a motor that spins an impeller around with blades that forces the medium, air, water, to the outer edge and then out the outlet. The intake is usually right in the center. In a pressure to torque turbine, the design was to reverse that. But in this case, the housing is free to spin with the blades. So you don't have all that friction against the housing as a loss. The pressurized air, water, or steam will spray out of the nozzle here and cause the rotor to spin. And the centrifugal force will hold it to the outer edge until it loses some of its energy and it will make its way to the center outlet. The idea of this was originally for a water turbine, for a micro hydroelectric, and this is a pretty simple concept and it's very easy to build. I usually make these like in two halves, with the bottom half containing the blades and then another disc plate over that, and then the top is just a chamber for the nozzle to spray out the fluid. This is just the illustrated concept, but this would work as an open drum with blades in the bottom for micro hydroelectric. But I intended it to have two halves. In the air design I just made, I left out the whole half of the turbine with the blades, so I just got the one chamber with an air spraying out a nozzle around the inside of that chamber. I wanted to see if just the friction of the air against the walls of the turbine was enough to cause good rotation, and how it would work as the air slowly lost its rotational speed and made its way to the center outlet. This simple air design is completely dependent upon friction. Friction between the air and the surface of the rotor as it spins and as it rushes past. When the rotational flow velocity is closer to the straight flow velocity, there will be little friction, so there won't be too much to slow the air circulating down. But if the rotor will start to slow down, it would cause more friction, and then that air would move closer and closer to the center outlet, and it will just keep being replaced by the faster straight flow changing into rotational flow. So this is the whole concept of this pressure to torque turbine.